he can play whatever he wants, and he can elevate himself to such a high level so quickly and consistently. I mean, think about it. This guy was like a grandmaster in StarCraft. He was Diamond in League of Legends. He was an incredible Magic player. He has stories that he tells me about, you know, how he originally was pretty bad at Magic and eventually found himself showing up at the card store, and they knew who he was. They knew he plays consistently. He just gave him all the cards that he wanted because they knew how good this guy was, and he was a fantastic player. And they were curious to see what he could do.
And, you know, not just Magic, like you mentioned, StarCraft as well. He uses those reflexes that he's built from games like that in order to have such devastating ledge traps integrated into his game.
I think the best thing to think of Karna is you see Void, you see the crazy combos, you see all the technicality, but Karna is just like stupid good neutral and setting up traps and really digging into his opponent and figuring out how he's going to solve them. He plays the player, not necessarily the game in some ways. Good up smash, ringing out.
I guess that this probably is just Lolly then, and maybe there was just a mistake on the other end.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not exactly sure, but either way, okay, ShadowFox, yeah, this makes a lot more sense. ShadowFox is actually a very strong Fox player from Houston, if I recall correctly, and Karna himself, bit of dual citizenship. He has spent a great deal of time in Houston, where he's training with folks like Trella, but he's also spent a lot of time in Dallas as well. So he's got his practice. He definitely has a Fox practice playing against players like Jason up here, ShadowFox down there. He knows these matchups very, very well.
Inside and out. Yeah, he's definitely up to speak on this. But at the same time, when you look at this matchup, oof. It looks like so far Karna has been dominating as far as the edge guards. You're exactly right. I wonder if there's anything flashy that he has for us. He's just usually so consistent. But I know that he's been leveling up. I saw him at CEO Dreamland, and I see him growing so fast.
But did you see that tech from ShadowFox? He's actually back onto the stage. Bouncing Fish, however, will be forcing him on the defensive side again. Great jump, though. It uses that moment actually to just land in an aerial, and for a moment, he was able to garner stage control right back. So this is, of course, that back and forth nature. And while the percent is certainly favoring Karna here, ShadowFox, he can definitely turn things around. Sheik's a very light character, and if ShadowFox is able to get a down air into an up smash, that could be game.
He could have gone for back air there because he actually got the trump. That time baiting, making think the trump was coming. Misses the up air. This is the problem that Sheik struggles with, trying to find those kill confirms. This is so tough. He has to make a... That's it. He got it. Finally. That's the thing, is that Sheik doesn't want to kill at 200%. Yes, this character builds damage like no other, but finishing your plate is so important. So important, because you're leaving your opponent available to see if they can rack up their own damage on you. So with the changes that have happened to Sheik over time, where previous consistent finishers were very much the mainstays, they have now been changed so that the window at which the old finishers work is very tight. At least it's really how Neighbor really describes it to me. So in that, you kind of have these situations where Sheik now has arthritis as well.
I mean, it makes sense, because when you think of Sheik as a character, they're one of the best characters in the game when it comes to actually racking up the damage. In particular, in the early game with the sequence of fairs that you're going to be seeing from Karna, you'll see the damage just scale up and skyrocket. But where the balance lies in is simply being able to convert off of that. Because if you were the best character at racking up damage and the best character at KOing, there wouldn't really be another character to play in the game. And so that's kind of the finesse that comes with Sheik play now, is trying to figure out those creative kill setups while using your incredibly strong and incredibly quick tools in the neutral game in order to decisively and consistently have wins over and over and over again.
And I like watching Karna play to the extent that, say ShadowFox crosses him up with side B on shield. Even if he gets away with that and doesn't get punished, the needles are there to get a little bit of extra percentage. And
we can't sell Fox short either, right? He and Sheik have similar styles, though I think Sheik's is a bit more of an oppressive style, whereas I think that Fox overall is much more rushdown oriented. And herein lies the problem, because Karna is playing such a controlling style of Sheik. you're not seeing ShadowFox having any time to start that rushdown gameplay.
You're definitely right. Oppressive is definitely the best word that I would use to describe Sheik in a lot of ways. But on the other hand, Fox has this speed, this grace, this, oh god, he caught that bouncing fish. That's what he got. I wonder what confirms that we're going to be seeing from ShadowFox, since he needs to finish his play now.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, Fox does have a couple of KO options, but they feel a bit telegraphed in the late game, right? Whenever you go for the down air. Either way, not going to be a factor here. That's a 2-stock from Karna, and there's a reason why he's seeded at this tournament as high as he really is.
ShadowFox, not happy with the performance. You can tell he's a little flustered with it, but honestly, he played well. And Karna is just an incredible force in this game. I get excited when I see people like Karna play, just because I feel like he's his own demon in some ways, because he struggled with mindset for a little while, and as he's kind of grown and overcome it, he's grown as a player and as a person, and it's really interesting to see that he's really going